I want to play a game.
That's talking about Saw characters. Alright, so some people wanted a list, and so I thought I would make a list about Saw characters, but make it maybe a little bit more original than others. I don't know, hopefully. You know, rather than just doing a top 10 list of my favourite Saw characters or something, which is still on the table about maybe doing at some point, to be honest. But today I'm doing Saw characters that deserved better. Better chances, better odds, deserved better in some way. Alright, so coming at number 15 is kind of a cheat, because it is Agent Perez, Detective Singh, and any cop who falls for just a basic booby trap and isn't actually in like an official Saw trap or test. Okay, so this includes those cops that fall for that staircase, the electricity staircase thing, nearing the start of Saw 2 when they infiltrate Jigsaw's area, whatever that place is called, his testing site where he makes various traps and stuff. And yeah, pretty much any of those cops or random characters who do fall into some sort of random booby trap. The guy who was in the pig vat trap, who was the judge, who let Timothy, the guy in the rack trap, off a little easy for, what's his name, Jeff's son's death, then later who gets shot in the face during that rack trap. He probably deserved better too, because that was just a booby trap. He got out of his trap, but yeah. Anyway, but this is more about Agent Perez and Detective Singh. Perez, who just got exploded in the face with a billy doll, and then Detective Singh, who just falls into the wire. He steps over the wire with the guns that just, the quadruple guns that shoot his head away. Those people deserved better. They were just doing their jobs. They were not bad people. All they were trying to do was take down Jigsaw, who is an evil person. And they deserved better. Now, I will say though that Perez did survive this though. So that's something that is to be said about this. That she got exploded in the face from that Billy doll, but she didn't die from that. It's revealed a bit later. But then she is killed by Hoffman anyway. So yeah, same deal. She didn't deserve that. Even though that scene, poor, badass. I fucking love that scene. Right now you are feeling helpless, you know? It's that's like the height of Saw, really, if you ask me. Not really. There's probably, I don't know. It's up there. Anyway, then at number 14 is just Gordon, because he was in a Saw trap because he neglected his family and cheated on his wife. And yeah, sure, those are kind of bad things. I mean, they are bad things to do in real life to your real family and wife and all that stuff, but it's not really worth a Saw sentencing, I feel like. Now, he doesn't die though, so, you know, it's arguable that maybe he shouldn't be part of this deserved better list, because really, he survived and then he created a career for himself. I don't think Jigsaw is paying him. I don't think. I mean, I've never really thought about that before, but I imagine he's like, you know, in his mind, he's doing okay now. Like, he's probably appreciative that it happened. But in the context of the first Saw film, when he is in that trap still, he deserves better. Like, he's not evil. He's just kind of an asshole. Number 13 is Paul, the character Paul. This is the guy that is in the razor wire trap in the first Saw. Now, this guy is suicidal. This guy, literally, he tried to harm himself. Jigsaw says that he just wanted attention, which pisses me off every time he says it. His tape really goes on about saying that he doesn't have any reason to be unhappy, not any actual, real, tangible reasons to be unhappy, and yeah, that he just wants attention. And this is such a boomer way to look at mental health, and I actually quite hate that scene and the point about why he's there. That being said, in the first Saw, Jigsaw is depicted as more of a psychopath than an anti-hero that he sort of turns into in the later films, and so we're not really looking at Jigsaw's, you know, logic here as being like, oh yeah, dude deserved it. But still, I just feel so bad for this character in Paul, who like literally he's just this obviously sad, just this sad, miserable person who is just trying to get through it, and like, you know, being suicidal. You don't deserve to be put in Saw traps for being suicidal. That's horrible. Then number 12, let's get into a bit more of a positive, I mean, it's Saw, so not positive, but, you know, a bit more of a positive mindset. 12 is Morgan. This is the wife that is in the spike trap in the classroom in Saw 4, where she's got the spikes and her husband's back to back, and it's going through his, whatever they're called. What are they called? Like, the important organs. If they pull them out, they're going to kill him. But if they pull them out of her, she'll be right. Oh, and this one's also paired with the character Sydney, who is the woman in the lawnmower trap where they are hanging above a bunch of lawnmowers. Such a silly trap. But when you actually get into the logic about why Jigsaw's putting both of these people, Morgan and Sydney, in these traps, it's really a shit-as reason. Basically, it's for letting their boyfriend or husband abuse them, letting them. Like, it's just simple as that in Jigsaw's eyes, apparently. But either way, this is such a shitty reason to put somebody in a trap. Now, with the spike trap, I guess it can be kind of looked at as a way of getting this woman to get past certain things in her life and stuff and move on from being in this abusive relationship, and could maybe be empowering if you twist it up in a really fucked up way. But it's still not really a fair situation to be in, you know? I mean, I guess maybe it's good that it got her out of the relationship, but it's not exactly a healthy way to do it. Then number 11 is the character of Detective Alison Carey. She is in a rigged trap, the Angel Trap in Saw 3, and all she did, again, much like Perez and Singh, all she did was just be a detective, just do her job. And then, yeah, she is in this trap, and she deserved better because she did the trap, she completed the trap, but because it was rigged and everything, because really they just wanted to offer, well, she deserved a lot better. I mean, she got her hands all acidy, and that's not exactly a fun thing to do, and then gets her chest ripped open anyway. Not fair at all. But it is a great scene. It's a good trap. But it's not fair. Then number 10, after a rigged trap comes Detective Rig. Ha ha ha. His big crime is basically that he wants to just help people. Like, all he wanted to do was help people. Apparently he gets obsessed with wanting to help people. He goes through doors too quickly. He doesn't take precaution quite enough. Sure, maybe those are the rules that the police have to abide and whatever. But you know what? All he wanted to do was help and save people. He's not exactly a villain. But I guess you got him. Cuff him, boys. He wants to help people. Oh no, what a bastard. Put him in a sword test. He wasn't actually put in a trap, but he was put in a sword test, and he didn't really deserve it. Then number 9 is Lynn Demlin. Her death was in someone else's hands entirely, who turns out to be Jeff, her husband, which we don't know throughout the entire film up until the end, up until pretty much the scene where she does die. But she did nothing wrong to begin with. She did cheat on her husband, and sure, that's a bad thing to do. Again, much like Gordon, you shouldn't cheat on people, but again, it's not exactly something that is something worthy of being put in a saw trap. Also, it was most likely that Jeff and Lynn were going to get divorced anyway. It wasn't official yet, it hadn't happened yet, but it was looking like it was gonna happen. So, you know, it's still cheating, and I don't approve of that and everything, but like, I feel like she deserved better because she was put in this saw trap and she did her job. She kept John Kramer alive for as long as she possibly could have, in any way she could have controlled. She did fucking surgery on him and everything. She helped this dude. She did her part. And then because Jeff fucked it up, she deserves to die? That's not fair. She deserved better. Then number 8 is Michael Marx. This is the guy at the start of Saw 2 in the Venus flytrap. Apparently he was an informant for Matthews, Detective Matthews. So pretty much he was helping put people away for the wrong reasons. He was like framing people and all that stuff, which is obviously quite a bad thing to do. Now, I'm not saying that this guy did or didn't deserve to be put in a saw trap. That really has nothing to do with this guy having deserved better. What this guy deserved, in my opinion, was more time. This guy just needed more fucking time to cut into his eyeball, you know? He got, I think, 60 seconds to cut his eyeball open, basically. Probably cut it out. Be blinded forever, at least in that one eye. He deserved a lot fucking longer than 60 seconds, if you ask me, you know? You get one staple, you're told that you need to get a key from behind your eye, and you get 60 seconds? Dude, come on. Like, you gotta give people time to gain some courage to do this shit. You know, 60 seconds is just not enough. Okay? Then number 7 is Adam Steinheit. This guy spied on people, which again, yeah, it's a bad thing to do, but like in the context of a Saw film, is spying on people that bad a thing to do? He's like a PI, I guess, and he's taking pictures of people for anyone who hires him. And so maybe it can be perceived as a little bit pervy, a little bit, you know, it's going into other people's privacy, and it's not the right thing to do. But yeah, he's not a murderer, okay? He's taking pictures of people. Another thing that helps Adam with me and my sympathy for him and thinking that he deserved a bit better is that he's just a sweetie, because he's played by Leigh Whannell, and I love Leigh Whannell, so because he's played by Leigh Whannell, the character deserves better. What can I say? Then number 6 is this is Corbet, Denlon, and Diana Gordon. These are the children of Jeff and Lynn and Gordon from the first Saw, respectively. And obviously, these are children. They had nothing to do with anything at all. They're kids. Keep kids out of Saw traps, man. And look, neither of them die, I will say. Like, they both get out eventually. Hoffman makes it look like he's the hero for saving Jeff's daughter. And, you know, they both survive and everything, so sure, that's alright. Although, I think Zepp probably was going to kill Diana Gordon, to be honest. Like, that dude was kind of a... He enjoyed his task a little bit too much. But, yeah, these characters just, like... Leave kids out of it, Jigsaw. Come on, man. Play fair. Then next up at number 5 is Jeff Denlon himself, who I think deserved better because the reason he was ever put in a Saw test at all is because he's a bit sad about his son's death. He's a bit sad, so he deserves to be put in a Saw test. Look, I know that Jeff is often criticized in Saw 3 for being a character who takes way too long to solve the various traps that are going on with the other people in them because he can't let go and he wants his revenge. And I find that a really compelling part of the story. I really like that kind of conflict between him, like within himself, where he wants revenge from these people. These are the people he's been wanting to kill for however long it's been since his son died and everything. And that's really compelling in a way. But, like, you gotta save people from Saw traps, dude. Like, come on, I don't care how much you hate these people. This is like, Saw traps are just the most horrible thing, and you gotta help people. And he does take way too long to begin to help them, but I think he has good intentions. Number 4 is Eric Matthews. Now, this guy was held in captivity for at least 6 months. I'm not sure it's exactly, there's like a solid timeline about how long it's been, but I know it's been at least 6 months or so, from the end of Saw 3 till the end of Saw 4, basically. No, the end of Saw 2, sorry, because 3 and 4 take place at the same time. Since the end of Saw 2, when he's captured by John Kramer, till the end of Saw 4, where he gets his head crushed by the giant ice block. This dude's been held in captivity. This dude had to break his fucking foot off to get out of a chain that Amanda put him in and was planning on just leaving him there. He fought Amanda in the fucking underground dark alleyways of Jigsaw's whole, whatever that place would be called, his death chamber or whatever. This dude survived a lot. He's picking off scraps and everything. He's made a rat friend in his weird jail cell that Jigsaw's put him in for months on end. And then finally he's being hung for like hours and hours as Detective Rigg is trying to hurry up, even though ironically he shouldn't be trying to hurry up, as we learn at the end of Saw 4, and he's trying to save him. Detective Matthews is a person who did wrong, okay? He framed people for crimes they didn't commit, and he put people in prison for the wrong reasons. But this dude was for months and months on end. Months on end. He's being starved and he's being beaten and whatever. And it's just horrible. And then by the end, you know, when he's in Saw 4, he's got his beard and long hair and everything. Just a shell of a man that he used to be. It's really sad. It's a sad kind of situation to say. And I kind of think that he deserved better. Plus, he's a likable character, I'll say. Him and his son in Saw 2 are probably the strongest kind of relationship that's in the Saw series that we actually care about. Also, the reason that he deserved better as well is that his death, again, much like Lynn, his death was put in the hands of somebody else. There was nothing that he really could have done. He endured everything throughout only to die because somebody else fucked up. Like, I hate that. That's so unfair. He was also going to be straight up murdered by Amanda, like I said, which isn't fair. But again, he is guilty of his crime, so it's, you know, it's hard to say, but I think he deserved better. Then number 3 is Hank. Now, this is the dude from Saw 6 who is in the breathing trap. He deserved better because his crime, do you know what his crime is? Addiction. He was addicted to cigarettes. What an asshole, I guess. Put him in a Saw trap. A Saw trap that is literally rigged for him to die. There was no way of this guy surviving at all. You know, he was pitted against a dude who is healthy, who could breathe okay and everything. And here's this dude who's addicted to cigarettes. I think he's gonna die because of it. Does he have like lung cancer or something? Maybe not. But either way, he doesn't have like the strongest lungs, you know? Like, he's been smoking for years and years, and it was gonna kill him from from something. He had some sort of disease from them. He kept smoking, which obviously you shouldn't do. But guess what, Jigsaw? That's not any of your business. He's an adult. He can do whatever the fuck he wants. He's not hurting anybody else by continuously smoking. Anyway, then he's put in the saw trap, and obviously he dies and gets crushed by the things that are going in him, and it's not fair. He deserves better. Then number 2 is Timothy Young. This is the rack victim. I feel so bad for this guy. He accidentally killed a kid while driving. Now, he was drunk driving, which obviously you can't really you can't condone that. You can't really give a good reason for why he would have been doing that. That's quite a bad crime. Obviously, horrible things like running over children can happen when you're doing that. So obviously, you know, he deserves some form of punishment. But I will say that I have certain sympathy for people who do get into accidents and kill people like this. Kind of like the train driver in Spiral who kills the guy with his tongue in the thing. That dude, the train driver, he's going to blame himself forever for that. Anyway, much like Timothy Young here, who I'm sure is having a hard enough time blaming himself for killing a child. That's not something that you're going to be able to just get over. That's something that's going to be heavy on your, you know, your soul forever. Now, he was let off easy with his sentencing, which isn't a fair situation, and you can see the reasoning behind why Jeff is so angry for those reasons, you know, and that's why he wants to get revenge in Saw 3. And that again is very compelling. But this dude, I don't know, he gets put in the worst trap of all time. It is like the most brutal trap. It's the slowest trap that hurts like the whole time. And I don't know, he made one fuck up. It was a fucking big fuck up. It was terrible. Very bad thing that he did, but like, I don't know, I have this form of sympathy for this guy. I feel bad for him because it's just such a bad trap as well. That's what makes it really worse, and that's why I think Timothy Young deserved better, because the rack is the most fucked up trap in Saw, I will say. Then number 1, our top Saw character that deserved better is Joyce Dagen. This is the wife of trappee Bobby Dagen in Saw 7. Joyce Dagen gets it so much worse because she literally dies for no reason at all. She's not even aware of Bobby's lies, as in Saw 7 he has written a book about being a Saw survivor. Really, he was never in a Saw trap at all, okay? And he's profited off of this and everything, and she's backed him up. But she didn't know that Bobby has been lying. She didn't even know. And then she gets cooked alive because Bobby fucks up his trap because he lied about already being a Saw survivor. How is that fair to Joyce Dagen? Like, she literally did nothing wrong because she didn't even know about the lie. And then her death, again, much like some of the other ones on this list, is in the hands of somebody else. She can literally not do anything to save herself. It's so fucked up. Really, I think what would have made this trap better is if that part, Joyce's part of the trap, was actually faked. Like, and I don't know, if like she was put in some sort of Saw trap and they both thought she was going to die, and then the thing does close up on her and it seems like she's dying or whatever, but like she doesn't actually, but Bobby thinks it's happened, and then I don't know, maybe they never see each other again, maybe you kill off Bobby, whatever it is. Like, Bobby ends up thinking that he has killed Joyce because of his actions, because arguably he deserves that. But much like a point that I made in a previous Saw video, this would work more as a placebo because it was fake. They don't actually kill Joyce, but he thinks he killed Joyce, like, inadvertently because of his own actions, making him learn a lesson and stuff that what he did was wrong, but not actually killing the woman who did nothing. You know? That's just an idea. Anyway, these are the characters who I think deserved better in Saw. Let me know who you think deserves better, because I'm sure there are a hell of a lot of characters here who did deserve better. That being said, there aren't a lot of good characters in Saw. They're all pretty bad people, dodgy people in one way or another. But, you know, arguably, nobody deserves to be put in a Saw trap. And yeah, I think a lot of these people deserved a hell of a lot better. Tell me what you think, and also don't forget to do the things, which are like and comment and share and subscribe. Anyone? Those are the things. The things. Do them, please. Okay, I'm a head out. Thanks for watching.